Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to the 12th Christmas 2020 update. So here we go again, it's time for another Christmas update for you. And we're actually halfway through now, actually, with the Christmas updates. Can you believe it? Christmas countdown is virtually halfway there. So yeah, I'll show you the latest CFS V2 midday run, 12Z run, and we'll have a look at the GFS as well, extended GFS. So the GFS does extend out now to several weeks in terms of the GFS ensembles anyway, and we're going to show you the control run of the extended GFS, which will take us just up to the new year. So CFS and GFS data for this one. If you're enjoying the Christmas countdown, then please like the videos and let us know in the comments what you think. Make sure you're subbed to our YouTube channel. It'd be absolutely fantastic if you can all do that. The 13th winter update, winter 2020-2021 update part 1 has been released. So if you haven't yet watched it, it's an epic. It's a 55-minute epic. Have a look at that. See what you think. We've also got part 2 of that coming up for you tomorrow at around 6 o'clock in the evening. And it's all ahead, of course, of winter forecast being released on Wednesday. So, yeah, we're virtually at the end of the winter updates now. We're going to be live streaming in a couple of hours' time. We'll be live streaming at 6 o'clock. So, I shall see you then, hopefully live. No doubt we're talking about this update. I'm sure we'll be talking about winter update as well. I'll be showing you some winter data in that live stream, as well as looking at like shorter range prospects. Maybe even talking about the chance of a little bit of snow in the coming days. But that will all be to come in the live stream at 6 o'clock. Right, thank you so much to Richard for the amazing GavsWeatherVids 2020 Christmas Updates GIF. It's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much, Richard, for that. Everybody loves the winter updates GIF this year. So thank you so much, Richard, for that lovely GIF. Thank you so much. Right, here we go then. So we're going to start on the 13th of December for this one. Excuse me. So, of course, as Chris gets ever closer, so our time frame, our time window begins to narrow. So I thought today we'd probably start off in the middle of December. So this is how we're looking with the CFS V2 12Z. By the way, we always use a 12Z for no particular reason other than that's the one we use, and we can't be told off for cherry picking any particular outcome. Then you know, we always use the same one time and again, and then we can make like a comparison backwards. So this was generated midday yesterday, 12Z yesterday, Saturday the 28th of November. Okay, so here we go then. Mid-December, we've got high pressure away to our east, got low pressure out to our west. We're bringing a weather system in from off the Atlantic. Some quite cold air is tugging in behind that weather system, and it seems coming in some quite cold air as well. So that could be bringing rain, sleet, and even some snow in from off the Atlantic. Then the Atlantic breaks through as we go sort of into second half of December. So that's mid-December, of course, we're in quite cold. There's a stall of that weather system taking place. So that all suggests the chance there there's some snow around the middle part of December, as we have quite cold air taking in behind that weather system, got quite cold air ahead of it, and as the weather system sort of stalls, then yeah, we could see like rain or snow coming in with that. Then we get another push of low pressure around the 17th. This one is bringing in milder air from off the Atlantic. This is rain, and a thaw of snow will take place then, with wet and windy weather then beginning to develop into the second half of December. Southerly tracking low though here, so again looking quite interesting with this CFS run. The low pressure is kind of like moving over towards the east side of the country, beginning to sit in the North Sea, and that is pulling quite cold air in behind it. We have got relatively high pressure over Scandinavia as well. So this low pressure kind of stalling over the country, starting to pull in some cold air from the east. It's got cold air coming in around its backside from the northwest, and so that might, you know, probably rain initially, but there is a chance of some snow coming in with that as well. So that looks a little bit wintry as we go just beyond the middle part of the month. Then low pressure starts to barrel in from off the Atlantic. So this is the 20th of December, running up towards Christmas. We've got a deep area of low pressure there beginning to move in from the Atlantic, and that's bringing wet and windy weather. And no doubt some milder conditions would be starting to come in with that as well. Right, let's try and get ourselves to Christmas then with this CFS V2 run and see what it's going to do today. So, yeah, we've got low pressure here on the 20th of December to our northwest, being wet and windy weather in from off the Atlantic. And looking a little bit stormy as we run up towards Christmas. Now, this is something that we saw in the last Christmas update, of course, rather stormy conditions around Christmas. It looks like the CFS now is beginning to start playing around with the idea of very stormy weather around Christmas. So cold up to like the third week of December, but then as we move towards the final week of December, Christmas, starting to go stormy. Looks like that might be a little bit of a trend beginning to get picked up by a CFS V2 run. So that's Christmas Eve, looking very wet and windy, very mild as well down in the south, but properly stormy, severe gale force winds battering the country. Look at that, Christmas Day. That would be quite cold air, probably bring snow to like northern parts of Scotland, but the main thing with that, of course, is the wind. Absolutely horrendous there for Scotland. Such a battering. And we go from so stormy, severe gales, and pretty chilly with snow in the north on Christmas Day. Just rain showers down in the south, very windy down there. And then we go into Boxing Day, which also looks that looks rather cold and showery on Boxing Day. Again, probably the risk of some snow up in the north. This looks like it's setting up another very wet and windy spell of weather as we go through to the 28th of December with this area of low pressure, bringing the next batch of stormy winds and heavy rain in from off the Atlantic Ocean. Right, so moving up towards New Year, and again, we're looking very unsettled here, cold and stormy. The low pressure is sticking south with the jet stream again, so cold rate is beginning to move in from the northwest as we go towards the New Year. So, yeah, that's turning colder, snow showers up in the north, maybe wintry showers coming further southwards as well. I don't think it's going to amount to too much, but, you know, it's no setting up a prolonged cold spell. But it looks like it's a bit of a cold snap there happening around New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. But into early January, we're going back into milder southwesterly winds again. So this is definitely a rather milder Christmas update, this one, but also quite stormy. And then as we go into the early part of January, again, we just keep low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic. So an onslaught, you know, Atlantic onslaught here with lots and lots of wet and windy weather sweeping in from the west as we go through towards the middle part of January. There we go, looking still looking stormy, even into the middle of the month and on into the second half of the month. As well, looks like I'm trying to get a little bit of a Scandi high going there, though, by the time I get through to the 19th of December. We're well past Christmas now, so I shouldn't be going any further on, but nothing really comes of that Scandinavian high because low pressure. The Atlantic is just too powerful. We won't go any further than that. Let's have a look at the GFS then. So, as I say, the GFS ensembles are now extending out to around 4 weeks, I think. So, this is what the GF, or maybe it's 5 weeks actually. This is what the GFS control run is showing. So this is the latest. Again, this was generated yesterday midnight on Saturday. Okay, so this is for the 15th of December. High pressure with this GFS control run is sitting over to the east of the country on the 15th of December. We're pulling in quite a cold easterly wind, so mainly dry, but quite cold with easterly winds. Pretty cold there on the 16th of December. The wind just going a little bit more southeasterly there, so dry, but quite cold again. For the 16th of December. 17th of December looks like that. Weather system coming in from off the Atlantic. Of course, that's coming to quite cold air, so the exact parameters of the atmosphere will determine whether we see rain or snow with this trough coming in from off the Atlantic. That pushes through. We go through to Friday the 18th of December. High pressure then ridging back in from the west. That's got some milder air with it from off the Atlantic Ocean. By Saturday the 19th of December, we're under high pressure. We're under a nice ridge of high pressure, and so it's mainly dry, probably near average temperatures, pretty mild for the far north of the country. Underneath the high, of course, there could be frost and fog, but again, it's mainly dry and quite cold. Go from the 20th of December, again, running up towards Christmas, high pressure dominates, so plenty of dry, quite cold weather in with that. That's the 21st of December. So again, high pressure is in control of the weather on this GFS extended control run. So it looks mainly dry, cold with risk of frost and fog. That is 22nd of December. Again, anticyclonic influences, maybe weakening a little bit. Weather system coming into far northwest, bringing some outbreaks of rain up there. But overall, high pressure continues continues to keep us mainly dry, but probably relatively cold. That is the eve of Christmas Eve. A trough is dropping down across the country, probably quite a weak one, bringing a band of showery rain with it, and then as that clears out of the way, start to get a ridge building back in for Christmas Eve. So that's probably turning dry again for Christmas Eve, with any rain mainly down in the south. Would be pretty cold as well for Christmas Eve, with that one with a risk of frost and fog in some places. Then we go through to Christmas Day, and again, we're under a ridge of high pressure. High pressure is trying to get going over Scandinavia again, actually. So we're trying to pull wind back into the east. It's mainly dry, probably quite cold for Christmas Day with this GFS extended run. There would be a risk of frost and fog, of course. Boxing Day, high pressure is having a really good go going over Scandinavia. But low pressure is just starting to head in from off the Atlantic. That begins to bring wet and windy weather into all Scotland, Northern Ireland. Still probably mainly dry, cold with frost and fog for England and Wales on Boxing Day. By the 27th of December, we're into a much milder southwesterly wind then. So low pressure developing out to our west, probably threatening outbreaks of rain off the Atlantic. But ahead of it, we are putting up a much milder southwesterly wind. So after Christmas, it starts to turn a lot milder. Then the low pressure comes in from off the Atlantic, bringing wet weather as we go through to the 28th of December. Mild though, that will be mild until the weather system pushes through, and then it starts turning colder from northwest again. And then we head up towards New Year, and high pressure looks like it's going to have a go to coming back in. Winds go back into the northwest, so it's showery and it's rather cold as we're running up to New Year. New Year's Eve sees a high pressure back in from off the Atlantic, once again bringing a lot of dry, fine, and probably quite cold weather with it as we go through to New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Frost and fog would be well and truly back in business. Right, and that is your 12th Christmas 2020 update. So if you enjoyed the video, please click like and let us know in the comments what you think. Certainly not the most wintry that we've done, and I think the CFS in particular is beginning to play around with the idea of stormy weather around Christmas. So that's a new trend that's just beginning to appear now. Within these CFS runs, the CFS is definitely playing around with the idea of a proper battering of storms. There's no sign of that for like Christmas Day, Boxing Day. There's no sign of that at all on that extended GFS run. That is really quite anti-cyclonic, generally still. But the CFS, so the GFS looks like it's still going with the idea of anti-cyclonic weather, which can be cold and frosty, and of course if the high pressure is further north, it can be wintry. So that would be to be determined where the high pressure is sitting. So the GFS is doing that, but the CFS, to me, looks like it's beginning to start running away with the idea of a stormy spell setting in around Christmas. Severe gales for Christmas, which of course is not what we want, really. But there we go. It wouldn't be the first time we've had a Christmas storm. Certainly wouldn't be. So we shall see. Anyway, the next Christmas update, which is going to be update number 13, is going to be released for you on, what day is it? So that can be released on Tuesday. I'm losing track of the days. I'm so busy at the moment. I'm losing track of my days. So that can be released on Tuesday. 13th Christmas update will be released on Tuesday, probably Tuesday evening, relatively late, probably around 8 o'clock, something like that. And yeah, so next installment of the Christmas Countdown on Tuesday. Don't forget to check out the 13th Winter 2021 Update Part 1. It's an epic, so have a look at that. And we'll see you in a couple of hours' time for our live stream from 6 o'clock. For the 12th Christmas Update, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.